Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. We're back for the Men's Royal Rumble. We've got a few minutes of breather here. They're doing some commercials and promos on the Peacock for some other programming. And we will have the Men's Royal Rumble coming up. So I'm just going to do a watch along. This is really for people that are probably watching the Royal Rumble right now as we speak. I have 11:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I should be in live time on this thing. I have noticed that different people in different parts of the world are often at different, points of the time on a live stream. I've noticed that with YouTube TV and with WWE Network in years gone by, and now with Peacock. These veterans are getting a nice round of applause. National Medal of Honor recipient, Captain Flo. I missed the last name. Austin 316 shirt in the crowd. This is a St. Louis wrestling crowd. St. Louis is an old-time NWA. The Sam Muchnick area. Okay, folks, I predicted Brock Lesnar to win this thing. Do I have a prediction for number 1 and 2? Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. I'm just throwing that out there. Really no reason. Some interesting stuff going on here in Facebook world, wrestling world. This female ring announcer in the red dress is pretty awesome. She's actually got a good voice. The female ring announcer thing, that's kind of been a WWE thing for years. Mixed feelings, but this one is pretty good. She seems to have enthusiasm and likes her job. AJ Styles starting off. A workhorse, a great wrestler. You can't say anything bad about AJ Styles as far as wrestling goes. It is what it is. Let's see. So anyway, I'm just kind of dancing around the Facebook world here. And if you have any comments, we've got some viewers coming in. Come on, you can comment. You can make your opinion known. You have a prediction. I am predicting Brock Lesnar. He's not announced as a guy in this thing, but so far my prediction, as you'll see on my AEW Apologist video this week on Monty and the Pharaoh YouTube channel, should be up later tonight or tomorrow. I predicted that Roman Reigns would help Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar for the title, which he did, and I predicted that Brock would come back and win the Men's Rumble. So that second part of my prediction may very well come true. And you'll have Brock picking to face Roman at Mania, leaving Bobby for another day. Maybe retain the title over somebody. Could be Big E or whoever else at Mania, and then set up Brock versus Bobby rematch at SummerSlam. Something like that. Or you could put, Roman in that mix or whatever. Did they ever have? Yeah, they did have Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley when Lashley first came back to the WWE. And I think Bobby Lashley beat Roman on pay-per-view. Double babyface match going way, way back. Shinsuke Nakamura number 2. I'm just laughing because we haven't seen this guy wrestle in so long. Listening to the pop. Yeah, people still like Shinsuke. I've heard he's been injured for a while. You know what I mean? So what can you do? If anybody has any thoughts, questions, have you been enjoying your Royal Rumble experience? Have you had good snacks? I had some interesting snacks. I had some Ezekiel bread that someone told me about. It's supposed to be the healthiest bread available for you. I had some chocolate donuts. Supposed to be the healthiest donuts available to you. And I had some iced tea. So I've been having a nice little mic feast. We do have some comments here. Sorry I missed them earlier. Hey, my buddy Carl's checking in. Carl, I'm doing fine, buddy. And I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. I'm watching the Rumble. I'm guessing you are as well, Carl. Do you have a prediction for this thing? Who do you think's going to win? I predicted Ziggler and Bobby Roode to be the first two in. They obviously weren't. I did hear Tommy Dreamer on Busted Open Radio predict Omos to win. I might just turn off my light here, folks, if you don't mind. Oh, God. Can you still see me? Something I always used to do. I was always a guy that liked to turn off the lights for big-time main event matches. So we're starting off with AJ and Nakamura. A lot of history with these two. I think they had some classic matches, wasn't it? Like in their New Japan days. I think the story has been that Nakamura's been injured, so he hasn't been wrestling, even though he's the current IC champion. He hasn't been defending the title. He's just been coming out and dancing around with his guitar buddy. Right now, he's got AJ somewhat of a sleeper. AJ is defending with an elbow to the back of the skull, series of elbows. Interestingly enough, it looks like AJ is wearing ring tights with some, is it Japanese lettering or is it just the design? Nakamura now going for a kick. AJ ducks. You know, kind of interesting how WWE for a couple of years was like trying to really be like a strong style promotion with certain guys, Lesnar and suplexing people and Nakamura. And they've kind of gotten away from that. Who do we have for number 3? Austin Theory. Okay, so a lot of people have been talking about Austin Theory because of his work with Vince Jr. McMahon on Raw. And I'm not terribly familiar with it, but I don't think it's going to do as much for Austin Theory as people are hoping. People are saying, oh, he's getting such a rub. He's working with Vince. But to me, Vince is slapping him. Vince is degrading him. Yes, I know it's a character, but I don't see it being such. It's definitely not Austin versus Vince. It's just, I don't know. I think in the WWE demented, they think they're doing the kid favors, but I just don't see it. This Austin Theory guy, who he reminds me of on the other channel, Sammy Guevara, kind of a similar vibe. I can't say that I've watched a ton of Austin Theory matches, though. I'm sure he's a great wrestler, but I haven't seen a ton of his work, so I'm not familiar. Let's see. And Carl, if you have your prediction, you can write it up. Who I thought Lita was going to win the Women's Royal Rumble. I was wrong. Of course, Ronda Rousey. I didn't know that she was going to be in the damn thing until today. Give credit to good old Uncle Dave Meltzer. He's been accurate with all his predictions. Or not even predictions. I guess for him, it's all facts. Adam Schefter, or whatever his name is, kind of getting some heat today because he was telling us that what's his name? Tom Brady was retiring. And Tom Brady's father says that he's not. So I don't know. Who knows? But Schefter is double downing. He's saying, yes, he is retiring. I know everything. Here's Bobby Roode, just a guy that really hasn't done much. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about Bobby Roode in WWE. I think it's just another guy that, for whatever reason, does great in NXT, and just another person that they kind of take advantage of, in my opinion. They don't do good by him. They haven't done well by him. Let's see. My buddy Ian Patrick Gagnon is sending me a bunch of info. Let's see. Well, so far, no surprises, Carl. I think the big surprise is going to be when Brock Lesnar. It would be really a surprise. You were in it, Carl. But I think the surprise is going to be when Brock Lesnar wins this thing. It's going to be the surprise that I predicted at 11 o'clock this morning on video. You'll see in my AEW Apologist video. And I was just telling Mike Monty that I think it's kind of similar to when Chris Jericho won the title. That beating the Rock, and sounds kind of masturbatory. Beating the Rock and Stone Cold back in late 2001. The intelligent fans saw it coming a mile away, and some of the other fans didn't. So Nakamura's getting some shine here. Austin Theory just scooped him up for a body slam. Ooh, Nice backbreaker. Nice spinning backbreaker by Austin Theory. I take back everything I said about him. Okay. Let's see here, folks. We got number 6 already. Is it number 5 or 6? Ridge Holland. This is a good time for me to reset my video because once again, the reception's going out a little bit on me. And I've discovered that if I exit the live stream of the Royal Rumble and then I come right back to it, I typically, instead I just paused it. So now I think I'm a few seconds behind. Anyway, I'm a few seconds behind now. I'm trying to catch up. But, what can you do? I was actually trying to exit and then come back. Oh, boy. What a world. Shinsuke looks like he's out. I just exited. I think I just exited out of Peacock for a moment. So now I'm in no man's land. I'm no longer watching the Royal Rumble just because of the technical considerations. I'm going back to Peacock now. This is what I wanted to do earlier, actually, is just exit the entire app. I discovered this about a year ago when the WWE was having another one of these shows and the Peacock was not up to snuff. If you exit and exit the entire Peacock app and then come back to it, sometimes your reception gets better. I don't know if it's even reception or your stream. I'm not sure the terms these days, folks. Back in my day, we had reception. Oh, here we go. Good to see D-Back back. Is Bobby out already, or did he just – because I had to leave the live stream for a moment. D-Back, did good old Bobby get eliminated already? Is he just an also-ran in this thing? Now we have our buddy Montez Ford. He can claim that his wife won a Royal Rumble last year. He just chucked AJ over. So AJ is going to do this Shawn thing. Wouldn't it be interesting if Shawn Michaels was an entrant in this? That would be a nice surprise. Maybe I'll call that Shawn Michaels will enter. How about that? Who's this kid? Oh, this is Montez. He's got a haircut, it seems. This would be a good match. Montez Ford versus what's his dick? Austin Theory. This Ridge Holland guy, I mean, when I think of him, I think of the Ridge wallet. So I don't know. I'm not too much of a fan of Ridge Holland. I did like Sheamus's fight night thing. I did watch SmackDown, believe it or not, last night. Yeah, man, I've having that blurry issue a lot tonight too, buddy. And I don't know if it's just the strength of my Wi-Fi or if I have too many devices going on. Maybe if I took my phone off. Okay, who was our next person, folks? I'll predict Dolph Ziggler. I'm just going to keep predicting Dolph Ziggler as the next guy all night because eventually he'll show up. Or maybe he won't. I mean, I don't know. Damian Priest, I'm still not quite getting his appeal. Is he still the U.S. champion? I think he won that back at SummerSlam this past summer. No offense. I just don't really – I mean, to me, Damian Priest is another one of these guys that's kind of choppy. In other words, like he's not fluid. He's not smooth. So I don't know why they put a guy like that as a champion. They just think he's got a good look or he's a big guy or whatever. But I just don't see Damian Priest as being a smooth wrestler. He's choppy in the ring. If you're wondering what choppy means, what I mean by that is I mean like wrestlers who, like you can see them thinking about their move and then they do it. Or they pause between moves. And you see that a lot with Naomi and Shayna Baszler last night. You saw that a lot with Naomi in the Rumble tonight. You can see her calling her spots. And she's been doing this for quite some time now. Not to pick on Naomi all night, but I just see the same thing with Damian Priest. He's doing the boot kicks to Austin Theory. They're not very convincing boot kicks. Even last year at Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Damian Priest was outshined by Brown Bunny. Okay, we got another person. I'm predicting Dolph Ziggler. AJ Styles just smashed Damian Priest's head. Well, it's somebody important because AJ just looked up. Oh, it's Sami Zayn. I take that back. It's not somebody important. I do kind of like his, like modern day conspiracy guy thing. It'd be funny if they like claimed that Sami Zayn was at the Capitol riot on January 6th. Although because McMahon is a big Trump guy, they probably wouldn't do that. But Sammy's like podcast stuff was pretty funny the other night or last night. Why do people say the other night when it's like just the night before? I don't know. Here we go. D-back. No, yeah. Good prediction, buddy. Kenny Omega is going to come in with his neck in a brace too. Yeah, that Cody match. I talked a lot about that on the AEW apologist video that eventually will come out. 34 minutes of me deconstructing AEW for you. I know you're a big fan, D-back, so I really put a lot of details in it. I actually watched Dynamite twice this week just so I could fully chronicle it. Sami Zayn now with a nice forearm smash to Damian Priest. We're down to 8 seconds. I'm predicting Dolph Ziggler. People are looking. People love to count down that fucking thing, don't they? Oh, jackass. Okay, here we go. Yeah, my video will probably get copyrighted for jackass now. So here he's coming. I give him credit. He looks pretty funny. He's got a little person with him. I don't know what to say. I'm afraid Peter Dinklage will hashtag me if I say a midget or a dwarf or whatever the fuck. But he's got a little person with him. Johnny Knoxville is charging the ring. He's got an Andy Kaufman-esque outfit on. He's got gray hair. He's beating up Sammy. Got some more comments here. Nice elbow drop by what's his dick, Johnny Knoxville. Thanks, buddy. Should be up tonight or tomorrow. 34 minutes. You can also see that I predicted that Raw help Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar. I predicted that on video tape this morning. Okay, AJ Styles is kind of challenging. This is very Lawler Kaufman-esque. This is pretty funny, to be honest with you. AJ Styles looked like he was a little stiff on Johnny in that last clothesline. All right, is somebody going to tool Johnny Knoxville now? As Montez is climbing the ropes, is he going to body press? And of course, Johnny's like preparing for it. Oh, dude. Big frog splash on Johnny. Looks like he got him right in the thighs. Looked a little stiff. I don't think these wrestlers are not trying to hurt Johnny Knoxville, but he's being a good sport. Ridge Holland is actually the nice guy taking Sammy just kicked him. Okay, so Sammy eliminated him, and now Sammy's going to get thrown over by somebody. Because whenever you eliminate somebody, you don't stand there with your back to the rest of the guys. But everybody does that. AJ just eliminated Sammy. So now they're going to have Sammy versus Jackass at Royal Rumble, right at WrestleMania. Damian Priest, once again, AJ Styles does the fucking thing. Okay, here comes Dolph Ziggler. Should be coming out pretty soon. Let's see who we got. Let's see. The other guy, the non-Montez Ford Street Profit. Excuse me. Having fun here, folks. I hope you're having fun wherever you are. If anyone wants to give their destination, Carl's in Chicagoland area. I'm not sure about D-back here. We got a double elimination trying here on Ridge Holland, I guess. But anyway, I'm just waiting. Damian Priest. A couple of guys were trying to eliminate Damian Priest. Now we're into the forearm shiver. Somebody on Twitter today said, name some Royal Rumble drinking games. And my response was, you take a shot for every Royal Rumble match elimination, every forearm smash in the Royal Rumble, every spear, and every time Michael Cole says the head of the table. You got to take a shot for every time that happens during the Royal Rumble. Then you have to watch the replay and do it all over again. Oh, very interesting, buddy. Mobile, Alabama. I think that's interesting. I think that's Bullet Bob Armstrong territory. Here comes Dolph Ziggler. I think that's Bullet Bob Armstrong territory and the Fullers. Continental Wrestling. I see Ron Fuller does a lot of stuff, and I got to go to one of those events sometime. D-back those Ron Fuller dinners. I almost went to the Thanksgiving one. Oh my goodness! Here comes Big Omos. Just trying to listen to Omos's music if he had any. Remember when Andre was in a couple of Royal Rumbles? If you guys ever watch like I guess it would only be the 1989 and possibly 1990 Royal Rumbles. Those were probably the only two that Andre was in. I think he was in the 89. I don't even know if he was in the 90. I was thinking about watching the 89 Rumble today, but I didn't. I'm also a week overdue to watch the my buddy Eric there sent me the video for the GCW thing, and I haven't watched that yet. I'm still stuck on the ladder match. Let's see. Almost just eliminated. What's his dick? Just going to send my pal here, Eric, a nice invite. If you guys have any wrestling fans you might think are into this deal, this Royal Rumble, want some live feedback, live commentary, you can watch it with your buddy. Almost now, just tooled AJ. I don't like the fact that these guys split up so soon. I think WWE tends to do that. They split up these tag teams way too soon. Okay, so we have 8 seconds until Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, Continental Wrestling. I'd love to go down there, buddy, because I'm not too far away. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, so that's near what they call the Panhandle. So I guess I will be seeing. I would like to go to one of those Ron Fuller dinners. Here comes Ricochet. He's going to last. He's going to get the Bushwhacker Luke treatment, I'm sure. Here comes a drop kick. He's going to get eliminated real soon. Just took a giant launching from Omos. You got to feel for this Ricochet guy because, one of Triple H's projects in NXT, he comes up to the main roster and he's treated so poorly by Vince or whoever else. Almost now stepping on Ridge Holland. Bischoff on 83 Weeks makes a good point that these giants are kind of hard to book because they're giants. So how do you book a giant? How does he lose? So this fucking little Ricochet is trying to attack Omos. And Vince just likes bigger guys. So, he just doesn't care about these wrestlers that are small. I did notice today that there's still a 205 Live. I don't know if you guys knew that, but 205 Live still going on. Okay, 7 seconds. I'm going to predict Dolph Ziggler next. Let's see. Ooh. Dude, he just threw Ricochet. It looked brutal to me, but maybe it wasn't. Chad Gable, this has been interesting. The Chad Gable heel turn. I thought they were doing some really good things with Otis, with Mandy, and I don't know why they cut the balls off that storyline because they were having a good little go at it. I'm sure Otis enjoyed those moments with Mandy. And then they just killed it off. And that was like the summer of 2020 when, of course, they were doing the Thunderdome stuff. So Chad Gable is now trying to organize all these guys against Omos. This is pretty funny. So why don't they all just charge him at the same time? Why are they taking turns? Why don't they all just go after him at once? Okay, Damian Priest is bouncing off. Almost with the clothesline. Why don't they all just charge him at once? It's just, I hate when they make the wrestlers look stupid. So now Priest gets eliminated, and all these other schmucks are coming over. And Chad Gable is kind of the engineer of this thing. And now AJ is going to shove everybody over. They're all trying to eliminate big old Omos. Okay, so Dolph Ziggler is going to come out. He's going to make the save for Omos. Of course, as soon as the bell rings, they can no longer eliminate the guy. Dominic Mysterio, guy who never put his time in, never had to wrestle in NXT or the Indies, just went right to the main roster. AJ Styles with the bounce off. No. They've eliminated almost. So Tommy Dreamer, sorry, buddy. Busted open. Will not be celebrating a Tommy Dreamer prediction. Sorry, Tommy. All right, so now we got Ridge Holland, and talk about your like Jose Estrada's versus SD Jones type of stuff. Ridge Holland and what's his dick? Ricochet. Dominic, I'm not sure why Dominic wears that outfit. Kind of just bit my tongue. I'm trying to put the closed captioning onto this thing, but I don't think it's working. Let's see what else. Okay, Ricochet kicking away at Ridge Holland. I do like doing the talking here because I don't have to listen to Michael Cole all night. So we're down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and Dolph Ziggler is going to come out. Who is it? Oh, it's Happy Corbin. The whole Corbin thing, I'm not a fan of Corbin. I remember for a couple of years, everybody hated, like, go away heat for Corbin here. And in the last couple of years, people have kind of accepted him. But I remember when he was doing, like, the Commissioner Corbin thing a couple of years ago on Raw, it was just so flaccid and non-entertaining. So there you have it. Ricochet and Corbin doing a little dance. Okay, I've got super blurry now on my fucking screen. Just went to super blur. So I just kind of paused it for a brief second. Well, AJ Styles looking to eliminate Corbin. AJ's number one, right? And so will AJ be the winner of this thing? Could they do AJ Styles versus Bobby Lashley at Mania? I guess they could. Or I'm still predicting that Brock Lesnar is going to win, so that's still my prediction. I think we got another comment. Yeah, hey, Johnny Z, been a while, buddy. We got 8 seconds until Dolph Ziggler comes out. Johnny was disappointed that the Tom Brady tribute didn't have audio today, but I did tweet you that I did do a second one thanks to D-Back here. He told me the audio wasn't working. But now people are saying that Tom Brady might not be retiring at all. Hey, it's Dolph Ziggler. I was right. I called it. Here comes Dolph Ziggler. Oh, boy. I love when I'm right. So he's taking off his little vest. Now, Dolph will actually probably get some minutes in this thing because great wrestler, great in-ring wrestler. I just don't think they've used him very well. He's just been a guy to get other people over. And I think it was Cornette who said that there's like a danger some of these wrestlers have, like a guy like Brad Armstrong or Tim Warner back in the day. They're so good at getting somebody else over. Sometimes they don't let themselves get over. And I think Dolph kind of got trapped in that. Dolph is doing the Shawn Michaels thing now. Where, you get thrown over the top rope and you hold on. So we're having a good time here, Johnny. I did predict that Roman would help. What's his dick? Bobby Lashley beat Brock. There goes little Dominic. They were talking about this Dominic feud with Ray a while ago. Interesting call, Johnny. Very interesting. I'm predicting Brock Lesnar to be a surprise entrant and to punch his ticket for a rematch with Roman at Mania by winning this Rumble. Randy Orton, but he's still doing the tag team thing, right? They recently lost those belts. You would think that it's going to be Roman. I mean, the way that WWE operates, you'd think they would do. God, who am I going to predict if Dolph Ziggler can't come out? Bushwhacker Luke? I want to predict Bushwhacker Luke. Nope, it's Sheamus, just as good. Sheamus is coming out. My fucking reception went to crap, guys. So I'm just gonna exit out for just a second because, like I said, sometimes if you exit out of the app and you come back, meanwhile, I'll check out. That'd be way too obvious. Bushwhacker loose. I think Orton and the pothead guy, yeah, what's his name? Matt Riddle. Mixed feelings on Matt Riddle. I really didn't like him at first, but he's kind of grown on me a little bit as what's the Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, kind of in the tradition of Rob Van Dam, kind of a Rob Van Dam of the modern era, not in style, but just in pothead type of stuff. So now I have to go back to the fucking WWE on Peacock and try to watch this thing again, and hopefully the reception is better. Oh boy. Folks, if you know Johnny Z, glad to have you in here, buddy. Do you want to put any predictions for the football? So 4 seconds left. I'm going to predict Mr. USA Tony Atlas as the next guy in. Sheamus is pounding away on AJ Styles. It's Rick Bogues or whatever his name is. This guy, believe it or not, I actually saw wrestle for NXT on February 28th, 2020, the same night as the AEW pay-per-view where Moxley beat Jericho. You were mentioning Moxley earlier. And actually, Pat McAfee used the name Mox tonight. Early in the show, he was talking about the Shield, and he said Mox, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. He didn't say Dean Ambrose. So he might get beaten with a wet noodle later on for using an AEW trademark name of Mox. Let's see. I thought Theory would last longer than that. That's what I'm saying, D-back. I think this push that he's getting as Vince's boy or Vince's guy, I just don't think it's legit. I think it's just a shadow. I don't think Austin Theory is going to get pushed as much as people want. I'm actually predicting, me and Johnny Z have the same predictions, and I predicted that in my AEW Apologist video you'll be seeing sooner or later on Monty and the Pharaoh YouTube channel. I actually predicted the very same thing, that the Rams are going to be the Super Bowl champions at home. And I mean, they should have a lot of motivation tomorrow to win that NFC championship game, because if they do, they get to stay home and play the Super Bowl at home. So you'd think that they would do it. I'm going to predict Jake the Snake Roberts as the next entrant. So let's see what happens here. It's Madcap Moss. I guess I'm missing something, guys, but like these heels as goofballs thing, like wild and crazy guys. And Madcap Moss is wearing these interesting shoes. I don't know. Does it work for you guys, or is it just silly crap? I mean, to me, it's silly crap. Like, they're not real heels. Maybe it's supposed to be irony. I don't know. The modern wrestling a lot of times doesn't make sense to me. Rick Bowes now press slamming Dolph Ziggler. Big guy, muscular guy, kind of a Ken Patera-esque show of strength. Is that Freddie Mercury? Yeah, it's this Rick Bowes dude. And I saw him wrestle at NXT show in Jacksonville, probably like 400 or 500 people. But I went to one of those, I think they call it the Orange Circuit or something like that, like the NXT shows. They used to do spot shows throughout Florida just so the NXT guys could kind of get a facsimile of the territory system. And I saw an NXT live show, and it was actually Matt Riddle and the Cruiser Bruiserweight guy were the tag team champions and defended against Imperium, some variation of Imperium. I remember the time that me and my buddy Moro Canepa went to that show. It looks like they just eliminated AJ Styles. Kind of an upset, but I mean, we got to clear the ring for Brock. D-back predicting Kurt Angle. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. D-back. I've been saying that for years. And the coconut loop. Yeah, thanks, Johnny. I enjoyed the show, and it was a good wrestling day. But you know what? Also, it was. Here's Matt Riddle, number 20. I don't know if they could have done something where like Randy Orton was number 4 and Riddle would have been number 20. Like, that would have been kind of funny as a little Easter egg. Look, I'm not into Matt Riddle, but I can say that the crowd is. You know, there's certain wrestlers that get over, even though Ronda Rousey, that the people like, but I don't. Brock Lesnar's like that. I mean, the people like him, but I don't. Uh, Riddle doing his thing. The wrestling without boots thing, you know, very Kevin Von Erich. I'm surprised the WWE lets him do that. I mean, you know, if he was Kamala with the, you know, Lucky Charms on his belly, they'd encourage the barefoot thing. Rick Boggs now or whatever with kind of a backbreaker attempt. Happy Corbin with a clothesline. Dolph doing the Shawn Michaels with Sheamus. Oh, boy. Well, there goes Freddie Mercury. Let's see. Johnny Z. I hate comedy acts. Riddle, Moss, Corbin, all bums. I'm not arguing on that. Riddle charging in. But at least with Riddle, he's a babyface. So, I mean, it makes sense for him. Okay, so number 7, I'm going to predict T.J. Khan. T.J. Khan will be coming out now. Tony Khan's uncle. Let's see who we got. Oh, it's Drew McIntyre. Interesting. Is it? I thought he had that neck injury. Oh, here he is. Gee whiz. I was told, or at least I thought I heard somewhere, that Drew McIntyre was going to be out for months. Wasn't it just that January 1st show that he got his neck attacked by Happy Corbin and McDiddle fuck here? Happy Gilmore, whatever his name is. Now Drew is eyeing these guys. Interestingly, okay, they're going to throw, they threw fucking Stonerhead into him. Now he headbutts Dolph. And now he's pounding away on Madcap Moss. And so is this going to be a WrestleMania match? A 2-on-1? Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss against Drew McIntyre? There goes Madcap. Corbin, who was their third guy? You remember? Was it Bobby Lashley? Didn't they have like a 3-man heel team? Was it Bobby Roode, Corbin, and McIntyre? Or they were doing all these variations on, you know, bad guy teams. And Corbin and Drew were in a team either with Bobby Roode or Bobby Lashley. Guys can remind me. Yeah, you're right. I mean, maybe they do that these days, Johnny. Johnny's saying they also said Sasha Banks was going to be out for almost 3 months. They tend to say these wrestlers are going to be gone longer than they are because they want you to be surprised when they come back. And, oh, my God, he came back after 3 months instead of 6. So it's kind of a passive way for them to get guys over. Vicious suplex by Drew on the steps. Drew has gone downhill, used to be a badass. Now he's wrestling scrubs. Yeah, pretty much, buddy. I agree with that. Drew McIntyre now. Oh, here comes Kevin Owens. Is he a heel? Is he a babyface? What is he this week? Seth Rollins got over tonight pretty well as a babyface in the opening match, which seems like a week ago, but it was actually tonight. Now we got Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre beating each other up. Drew McIntyre rolling into the ring. Nice power bomb by KO. I used to have this really nice Kevin Owens shirt that I would walk around with. It was actually a Kevin Steen shirt, but people always recognized it. I don't know if I still have that shirt. Now a nice elimination. Nope, Riddle's still in there. Sheamus has been around forever. I mean, Iris was like a big new thing in 2007, and now he's a grizzled vet. Remember like 3 or 4 years ago, they were saying that Sheamus had the deal where his extremities were screwed up, like his feet and his hands and stuff, and he's still wrestling. Like they said, he had all these spine problems. You guys are welcome to make more comments. Predictions. I was predicting Brock to win this thing. It could go the other way, but I mean, AJ's gone. Maybe Drew could win and challenge Bobby Lashley again at Mania. I mean, but we've seen that. I guess I'm still predicting Lesnar. We've got 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. We got 7 more guys to come in. Yeah, good point. There was in the Hameen Media Group, Johnny Z, on Facebook, Hameen Media Group, Bin Hameen, there was a prediction. They said, how many NXT wrestlers will be in the Royal Rumbles, both of them, total, men and women? And I said 9. And I think we've had a grand total of 0. So maybe they're just trying to really keep those two entities separate, or keep the NXT separate from the SmackDown and Raw rosters. Kevin Owens now. Ray's doing great. I mean, guys like 45 years old, still flying around. A lot of respect for Rey Mysterio. Also, I watched the Conan interview with Eric Bischoff this weekend. I watched that yesterday morning. Or was it today? I can't even remember. But if you guys get a chance, if you have that ad-free shows, watch Bischoff interview Conan. I'm pulling for Conan. He's got some health issues. I know my buddy Adam DeMoy is a big fan of his. So hopefully he'll be fine soon. We got 3 seconds, folks. And we'll see what happens. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Okay, here's probably is this going to be Big E or is this Kofi? It looks like Kofi. So is Big E going to be in this thing? It would be nice if he was. I mean, I think Big E is scheduled to be in this thing. But we'll see. Yeah, man. No Kairi Sane, buddy. Sorry. She was not in the women's. I mean, that's another thing. You know, so many talented people. Asuka. Where the hell was Asuka tonight? Some people, I think in Hameen Media Group, were predicting Asuka to win. And she was not in the Women's Royal Rumble. So she's still in the company? Okay, so Kofi just did one of his old school Kofi fake eliminations or false eliminations. His feet did not touch the ground. It looks like his feet touched to me. So Kofi, I mean, I was assuming that was the way it was supposed to be. But Kofi Kingston won the WWE title over, Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson a few years ago. And here he is jobbing. Here he is, a scrub in this Royal Rumble. He's the Bushwhacker Luch. Okay, 9 seconds. I want to predict Tully Blanchard at number whatever the fuck. Actually, I'm going to predict Brock coming in now. Let's see. Oh, Kurt Angle? No, it's Otis. Okay. Thought we had Kurt Angle for a moment. Otis, like I said, I like this guy, Otis. I just don't know why they made him a heel so soon. Doesn't seem to make sense. I am on Facebook. I'm trying to find my buddy Adam here to let him know we're doing this, but I can't find him. So I'm sorry, buddy. You're out of the loop. Otis now with a nice pitch over slam. I call that. I thought Asuka, yeah, exactly. So is Asuka gone now? I mean, she's another one of Asuka, Kairi Sane. What were they called? Like the Dragon Warriors or something? The two of them together as a women's group. I thought they were really good as a team. I know Johnny did. He was a big Kairi Sane fan. She is adorable. She was getting beat up a lot by who's Nia Jax. I mean, I was a fan of Nia Jax for a while, but when she started injuring everybody, Kairi Sane included, it seemed like she was just getting injured left and right. Let's see who we got. Kabuki Warriors. Thanks, Johnny. Good memory, buddy. And it was originally Kairi Sane in NXT with what's it, Leela Shirai? That's not how you say Laura Shirai? I can't say her name. She's very pretty too. It ain't a good wrestler, the Empress of the Sky. I'll have to go back at some point and watch all those NXT shows that I didn't watch, all the takeovers at least. I started to do that once, but I got distracted. We're at here comes Rugged Ronnie Garvin at number 25 or whatever. 26. Oh, it's another former WWE champion, Big E. Kofi got a nice paycheck, a night off, as they say. Asuka was in. Maybe she's still hurt. Makes sense. And Lo Shirai. Io Shirai. Is that it? Is it an Io? Io Shirai? She's very good. I know at one point they turned her heel, but it didn't really work. I think with Io Shirai. Big E doing the funky like a monkey. The kind of the Elvis pelvis. So Big E's got a very determined look on his face. I mean, I remember when Big E won the title, he said something like, I want my title reign to stick out. It really didn't. It was just like another 2-month title reign. Sorry. I mean, and then he's just put back on the SmackDown for a tag team match. Io Shirai. Thanks, buddy. Io Shirai. That's right. Johnny's my Japanese translator here. I appreciate that. I saw a funny movie yesterday, guys. Speaking of Japanese translators, if you see Licorice Pizza, you'll know what I'm talking about. Really, I thought it was a great movie. 1 second left, and we're going to have Eric Embry from World Class Championship Wrestling will be next. No, it's Bad Bunny or Biggs Bunny. Bad Bunny. I guess I'm just not into Bad Bunny's music. I'm not opposed to it. I haven't. I don't know what he sings besides the Booker T song. Now Bunny is doing his flying body press. Here's the downside with this celebrity involvement. It makes it seem like anybody can be a pro wrestler. Okay, so Bad Bunny just kicked out of Kevin Owens' stunner, and now he just gave Kevin Owens whatever the fuck a flying head thing. Oh, the Stoner Boy is doing the fucking buddy thing, and Bad Bunny just tooled Riddle, and now he's going to give Riddle a Canadian destroyer. So I don't know. Yeah, so Bad Bunny is the toughest guy in the WWE, apparently. Him and Johnny Knoxville are going to team up with Nicholas against the Fabulous Freebirds next week. I don't know. That's why, it's easy to not like WWE sometimes, guys, when they do shit like this. Well, I think the surprise, buddy, is going to be that Brock wins it, which I've been predicting all day. And not just me, but other people. But you'll see my prediction on the Monty the Pharaoh YouTube channel eventually, whenever he gets the AEW Apologist video up. Apparently, Johnny, I'm waiting for Barry Windham's interview with Monty the Pharaoh to go up before me, the AEW Apologist video. Otis still in this thing. Dolph Ziggler. I'll give Dolph credit. His facial hair looks pretty good tonight. I do give the guy credit for having sex with both Sonny and Amy. What's her name? Amy Stifler? Amy Pigler? I can't remember her name. Who's that comedian chick? The train wreck. Amy Fuller? Amy Bueller? Amy, what's her name? But God, can't even finish my punchline because I can't remember the names. Now Ray and Bad Bunny. And so Bunny eliminates Ray, or he tries to, and now Kevin Owens is gonna tool this guy finally. So they finally stunned Bad Bunny. He sells like a fish. Shane O'Mac. Interesting. That's the surprise. Shane O'Mac. It's a surprise. It's a good surprise. I predicted Stephanie for the women's, but this is cute. I mean, Shane O'Mac, he's like 46, 47. I'm not opposed to Shane O'Mac being this thing. He's going right after Kevin Owens. They have a lot of history. It's kind of cute, like things from 2017 or 18, or they're like, ancient history now. Now, I don't know if that Becky Lynch Stone Cold interview is that the big thing? You guys are welcome to make more comments. Kevin Owens, Shane O'Mac eliminates KO. Oh my God. He might be rethinking that Mount Rushmore theme, that Mount Rushmore meme. God, who's Amy? Who's the comedian chick? Amy. I get a face in my mind, but Amy Ziegler, Amy, the comedian, Amy. What's her name? Trainwreck. Amy, not Puller. What's her name? I don't want to Google it. I want to see if I can remember, but I obviously can't. Amy Schumer. Is it Schumer? Amy Schumer? Yeah, Dolph Ziggler had his way with Amy Schumer and Sonny, like 2012 era Sonny. Good luck to her. We got 9 seconds left. Who am I going to predict? Is it going to be Brock Lesnar? He's going to be soon. How about the tailor-made band, Terry Taylor? It's Randy Orton. Here's your pick. Nice one, D-back. Amy Schumer, thank you. Randy Orton. Now, who predicted this? Was it Johnny Z? I think Johnny Z predicted this. So we got, I believe Johnny Z's in the New York, New Jersey area, I believe. One or the other. I think it's New York, isn't it, Johnny? And our buddy here, D-backs in Mobile, Alabama. Mobile, or is it Mobile? Mobile, Alabama. And Carl's in Chi-Town land. Randy Orton now with a nice RKO that never gets old. Matt Riddle. Their double elimination on Big E. They threw him out like a piece of garbage. Otis just eats a fucking RKO. Shane O'Mac gets shoved. Nice cutter by fucking Riddle on McIntyre. Team RKO is really kicking ass here. And I thought Randy was going to shove Riddle over the top rope there. I thought that was going to happen. They might do that here eventually. One of these guys, Riddle or Orton, could eliminate each other, and that would set up the WrestleMania match, which I think would be a shame. I think they should let these guys be a team longer. I can see that Orton's probably going to eliminate Riddle at some point, or vice versa, to set up their WrestleMania match, and that'll be another match for WrestleMania. But if I was booking, I would probably leave Orton and Riddle as a team for a while, or at least as associates. Riddle with these kicks. So what are you going to have, Brock Lesnar now? Well, D-back, you might be right, buddy. If Brock isn't next, this Rumble is a bust for me. Are we at 30 already? Well, here he is. Messier was right, number 30. So my prediction all along was that Brock was going to win this thing. And Matt Riddle just did like an excited. Oh, well, we're going to see Brock Lesnar eliminate Bad Bunny right now. So I basically predicted this whole thing, guys, because I predicted that Roman would help Bobby beat Brock, and Brock would come back to win the Rumble and choose to fight Roman at Mania, leaving Bobby Lashley to fight somebody else. Now, who will that somebody else be? It could be Drew McIntyre. It could be a lot of guys. They could still do something else. They could have Drew win this thing somehow. I don't think so, but I think they're going to have Brock win. He's just tooling away on Riddle. Brock's looking around. Bad Bunny's like, oh, shit. That's pretty funny. Brock just eliminated Randy. I never liked how they had Brock just bust open Randy Orton. This is pretty scary. I think Bad Bunny is just going to have to jump over the top rope. Oh, he didn't. He's gonna take a F5 or whatever. I don't like this because if this was a regular civilian, the guy would be in the hospital for a week. But instead, Bad Bunny will just be on the red carpet somewhere tomorrow night like nothing happened. That's pretty funny. Shane O'Mac just got a nice suplex. Oh, Riddle just got tossed like a piece of shit. So now we got Lesnar beating up Shane O'Mac. Oh, boy. Shane kind of like gets up quickly, and now they're trying to do the clothesline over the top. Shane can't get over, like literally can't get over the top rope. Okay, guys, now we're down to the two big boys, but I gotta think that Brock's gonna win. It's kind of a nice showdown. It's good to see Drew still in the top, but I think Drew's gonna have to do the honors here for Brock. The story is Brock versus Roman, and Drew is just a casualty of war. So, so now they're going to have a conversation with their noses in each other's face. When we saw Brock versus Lashley earlier tonight, I was thinking this is going to be the elimination here. I was thinking in a shoot fight. I'm not sure if maybe Bobby Lashley could beat Brock Lesnar in a shoot. Drew, they just exchanged a headbutt. A nice big kick by Drew, but it gets avoided. Brock scoops up Drew, and now an F5. We're just going to toss him over. Just tossed him over like a hunk of trash. So Messier was right. My prediction was Brock Lesnar. My prediction was Bobby Lashley to beat Brock. Brock wins the Rumble. Everything I predicted, which you can see in the AEW Apologist, number 19, whenever Mike Monty there gets around to putting it up. And now my network feed just went on the spin cycle, so I'm a few seconds behind. Lesnar repeats. Did Lesnar win the Royal Rumble before? Yeah, I think like way back when, like 2002 or something. So he points to the WrestleMania sign. Somebody online was saying that the WrestleMania sign was getting melted in St. Louis, like the pyro was melting the WrestleMania sign. They cleared some fans out. Big crowd, 44,000. So what do you guys think? I mean, I did predict this. A lot of people besides me, I guess, were predicting Brock. He was not. It's for the Rumble. He was having the singles match, but a lot of people predicted. We can hang here for a few minutes, gentlemen, if you want. If anyone wants to say anything, comment. I do have the open invitation. If anyone wants to be on camera, I can send you the link. But I always mention that. People don't take me up on it, so I don't mention it anymore. But here you go, folks. WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. We'll just be hearing Road to WrestleMania for weeks and months ahead. I'll give credit to Brock. I mean, he's, 45, 46 years old, 48. Looks really good. He looks better now than he did 2 or 3 years ago. He was kind of looking like the Crusher for a while. So what did we see tonight? We saw a title change. We saw Bobby Lashley get a title over Brock, but yet Brock still goes over at the end. Hogan must pose. Brock must suplex. And so it feels like a Sunday night, but it's a Saturday night, but it's midnight. A nice show. I thought the Rumble was good this year. I thought it was a good show. Definitely the WWE benefits from having the crowd. They probably struggled more than AEW did without crowds. Johnny Z is not a fan of the ending. Like I said, buddy, I predicted it. The whole thing that happened, I predicted at 11 o'clock this morning. I have that on video, but I don't think I'm alone in that. I think a lot of people saw this coming. Like I said, kind of like Jericho winning the title, and fucking Bruce Pritchard on his Something to Wrestle always says, "Oh, nobody saw that coming. Nobody called that." With Jericho winning, but the intelligent fans did. I liked the show too, D-Back. I enjoyed it. Fun doing the videos here. Right. Becky Lynch did the same thing a couple of years back, lost the Tuska, then entered the Rumble later. You're right. So they recycled that kind of template. So subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. I guess I'm going to wrap this up right at the 60-minute mark, guys. So any quick comments, chime them in. But I'm trying to end this at 60 minutes just for whatever the fuck reason. That doesn't really matter. It could be 61 minutes. It wouldn't make a difference. But if anyone has any pressing statements to make them now. And we'll go in overtime. But if not, I'm just going to wrap this up. I had a good time. I'm going to give the Rumble this year A-. Be nice, A-. Good show. I'm being objective. I give it an A-. Good show. All right, gentlemen. Johnny Z, D-Back, Carl, everybody who checked in. I'll see you later, guys. Oof. I don't know, Johnny. Now you push me into 61 minutes, pal. Uh, I don't even know what you're talking. I mean, how can you say that? Tom Brady, 7 rings. Thanks, D-back. See, that's a nice way. Not with this Josh Allen crap. I mean, it's about the rings. I mean, the guy's got more rings than any other team has rings. I mean, how can you deny this guy his greatness? Okay, gentlemen, nice to see you. Mobile, Alabama, Jacksonville, Florida, New York, New Jersey, Chicagoland. This is Mike Messier and friends signing off. We all had a good time, and we'll see you next time. Mike Messier.